Сьогодні ми святкуємо славне свято Воскресіння нашого Господа Ісуса Христа. Сьогодні ми співаємо пісню перемоги, бо через Пасху нашого Господа від смерті до життя Христос Бог наш перевів нас від землі до небес. Воістину це день, що Його створив Господь, тож радіємо і веселімося в Нім. On that very first Easter morning, two of Jesus' disciples were going to a village called Emmaus, about 10 kilometers from Jerusalem, and talking with each other about all the things that had happened. Now, as they were walking, a stranger joins them, whom they do not recognize, but whom we know to be Jesus, the risen Christ. In relating this story, the Gospel of Luke shares that strangely the disciples' eyes were kept from recognizing him. When Jesus asks them what they are talking about, they stood still, looking sad. Then one of them, whose name was Cleopas, answered him, "Are you the only stranger in Jerusalem who does not know the things that have taken place in these days?" Вони розказали йому історію про Ісуса з Назарету і про все, що Він повчав і робив. Зі смутком вони описують Ісусове розп'яття та смерть. Вони також розказали йому новину, що жінки-мироносиці, які відвідали гріб, сказали, що Ісус воскрес із мертвих, але вони не можуть в це повірити. І наприкінці вони сказали, що вони сподівались, що він той, хто має визволити Ізраїля. As they continued to walk along the roadside, Jesus, whom they still do not recognize, tells them all about the love of God, of the Father, and how he cares for us. Only later, when Jesus broke bread and shared a meal with them, were their eyes opened, and they recognized him, upon which he disappeared. They rejoiced, saying, "Were not our hearts burning within us with joy, while Jesus was talking to us on the road, opening the scriptures for us?" The disciples then ran off towards Jerusalem, and when they found the 11 apostles and their friends, they told them what had happened along the road. How Jesus had risen from the dead. Jesus is alive. What are we to make of this story? The story of the two disciples on the road to Emmaus is our story. Our lives, too, are often filled with sorrow, confusion, and loss. But our lives are also filled with hope and wonder at the mystery of God all around us. Our search for answers lies in that which also challenged the two disciples on the road to Emmaus. They had missed seeing Jesus when he was in front of them. Their eyes were kept from recognizing him. As often happens to us, we fail to recognize Jesus in our midst. Paying attention. Sometimes I overlook the very presence of God in family, in friends, in neighbors, in my community, in my parish, in nature, in the world around me. Yet God is present. Perhaps I don't notice this. Perhaps I haven't been paying attention. Paying attention, звертаємо увагу. Джеймс Мартін в своїй книзі «Ісус. Паломництво» додає: «Деколи ми не сходимо Бога, бо ми не є нещасними. Життя є часто сповненим страждання. Нам не слід применшувати спустошення двох учнів, які, здається, хочуть відмежуватись від усього, що вони пережили з Ісусом. Однак Бог не покидає їх. Бог являється до них в час їхнього спустошення і допомагає їм змиритися з тим, що сталося. Звертаємо увагу, paying attention. Another reason we overlook God's presence is that we don't bother to even look. Finding God is often a matter of paying attention, but sometimes we're spiritually lazy. Learning to pray and attending church regularly can go a long way to helping me find God in you in my prayer life. Paying attention. God is always with us. Loving Lord, as we celebrate the feast of the resurrection of your Son, Jesus Christ, help us to pay attention and rediscover your presence in our lives and in the world around us. May you talk to us and walk with us along the road of our life that, like the disciples on the road to Emmaus, our hearts may burn within us with joy. As you open for us the Scriptures, as you bless us and share with us your love. В цей святий день Воскресіння нашого Господа я молюся, щоб Божа ласка і любов навповнила ваше серце, серця ваших сімей і друзів, і принесла радість і мир всім людям. On this holy day of the resurrection of our Lord, I pray that God's grace and love fills your heart and that of your family and friends, and brings you joy and peace to all people, especially as we together, one human family, endure this coronavirus pandemic. Христос воскрес! Воістину воскрес! Christ is risen. Truly, he is risen.